Evening all, welcome to Fitting Dust. Right, what we're doing today is we're actually showing you some of the Templar stuff. Now, I actually did buy a 10 years box set collector's thingamywhatsit, but I haven't opened it yet, so I've literally just opened it and I filmed a rather trolly film of me doing it. Why people film themselves opening these things, I don't know, but so I thought I'd do one that really takes the piss. So expect that very soon. But anyway, this is the stuff. So what you get is blueprints. So these are kind of infinite blueprints of the thing. So I've sped this up a bit because I think it takes an age for me to fit these things. But what we're going to do is just show you very quickly some of the Templar fits that you can do. Now, pretty much the blueprints are obviously quite good. So as you can see, I have somewhere, there they are. So Templar Scrambler Rifle, that's pretty good. The Templar Scramble Pistol, you get also the Templar Laser Rifle, Templar, apparently, Templar. And you get 3 seats. You get Heavy, Logistics, Assault. So that's pretty cool. No Scout Suit, which would have been rather cool. But obviously Templars generally tend to be quite bulky chaps. And as you can see here, I'm just generally fitting up stuff. This is, I mean, again, it's probably not the best Forge Gun suit, but I thought, well, why not, give it a go. The guns themselves are quite good. So, for example, the Templar Laser Rifle actually has the same stats as the Visium, which is the prototype. However, it overheats a lot quicker. So obviously there's always a bit of a drawback to this. That may be a bad example because I think actually all laser rifles have roughly the same stats. So, post in the comments if you know what the difference between the Imperial and maybe the Scrambler rifle is for the Templar. I'm not a fan of the Scrambler rifle. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a very good gun and it kills me a lot, so I'm not a fan of it. And I understand it's actually a very good gun. So I thought I'd fit the Amar Logi or the Templar Logi, which is just completely pointless because it's only got 2 Logi slots. But I guess 2 and 2 is quite good. The sidearm slot, it's probably not too bad. But as you can see here, I'm really just running this as a kind of pre-domination spawn thingamajig. So you can see here. And I'm running it with kind of as much blueprint as I can. So I've got the Templar uplink. Obviously, that was from the pre-order for this thing. I've also got the Templar Scrambler Rifle, the Templar Scrambler Pistol as well. Now, generally my thoughts on these are they're quite good. I think, I mean, my problem is that I'm fabulously wealthy. It's lovely having ISK in this game. Are you jealous? Are you jelly? I'm joking, but I've got a lot of ISK, so therefore you don't really kind of feel the need to run blueprint too much. And I don't die excessively. I mean, I think my worst round probably the last few days has been like maybe 9 losses, maybe 10, but even then that wasn't all prototype. So I kind of see the point of assault suits, or rather blueprint suits, but I think some cases I probably would avoid their use. For example, I would rather run a Dragonfly Scout shotgun suit, for example, which again I know is a blueprint, but then I'd quite happily run an assault suit, an advanced assault suit. So there's kind of a middle ground. I think we don't, I know it looks like it, but I don't protest on everything. I do have a huge amount of suits, as you can see, and I'm quite enjoying the Sever logistics suit at the moment, enjoying being a bit of a Logi, loving the equipment stuff, but again, you'll hopefully see other videos on that concern. But I think certainly when it comes to the Templar stuff, I'm just really trying to figure out how to use any of these guns. I have no skills in Amar other than laser rifle, so the Scrambler rifle is a completely alien gun to me, but we'll show you a bit of footage after this. It's actually not too bad. I quite enjoyed it. But I would say you need to be pretty much a good shot. So someone like Ray Shepard, who is formidably good shot with the Imperial, I mean annoyingly good to be honest. So if you ever find yourself in a match with him, watch how he plays. He's a very good player, very accurate. And I think that's kind of how you're meant to use a Scrambler rifle. For me, I'm not very good with it. But again, it all comes with familiarity. So for me, my kind of, raison d'etre, if you like, is the assault rifle and the laser rifle. They're what I'm pretty good at, and the mass driver to a degree. I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with the MD once more. So this is my prototype fit here, and I'm actually kind of looking at it to think maybe I should just replace the Visium with the Templar. Not really much of a saving, but a sort of a saving, I guess. But I actually changed my mind halfway through doing that because it just doesn't quite work out. So anyway, that's our fits, and I fit basically 4 Templar fits, and we'll look at them now. So the first one is this kind of, oh god, that was close. The first one is a Templar heavy suit, I think. It could be a Logi actually, with a Scrambler rifle. As you can see, the Templar gear is very kind of akin to Iron Man, so it's all gold and red. Don't know why. I think that's just the way it is. And as you can see, it's all about charging up your shot and blah, blah, blah. I am awful with this gun. I literally, I just shouldn't be let anywhere near this gun because I think I kill myself more times than I kill anybody with it. But again, that's because I generally don't use it. I avoid scrambler rifle a little bit. A lot of it comes down to what's got aim assist, unfortunately. And I think for me, the assault scrambler rifle I could kind of get to grips with because it was very much like the AR. Whereas this is obviously like a, I don't know, it's kind of a cross between the charged sniper rifle and the AR, I guess. You know, that's probably a good analogy of it. I think White Water Data told me that one. But yeah, I think there's certainly some sort of you know, skill behind it. It's a very, very tough gun to use. So, you know, the kind of rapid spamming for shots is good, but you can also charge up and shoot. And I think, you know, probably you would be best served in an MR suit with the bonuses actually to reduce heat buildup for it. I find the laser rifle very tricky at times. Sadly, because on a Caldari suit it heats up a little bit much, but again, that's part of the process of learning new guns. I think there are so many different guns in this game. I think, you know, it's worth trying them all out, but not just trying them for a few rounds, buying like 5 and then losing them. I think it's actually to the point where you should buy 30 and see how you get on, because things like the shotgun would take you 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 guns to actually get any benefit from, seriously. So, you know, sometimes it's worth bearing that in mind. Now, as you can see, I am an absolute cretin with this gun. I don't really understand the heat of it. I don't really, it's like it's got ammo, it's got heat, what's going on? This gun's like a woman. It's like just crazily difficult to understand what the hell they are doing. That's very sexist, and I don't mean it like that. I mean, of course, that, you know, I'm not very good at reading these things. But this is part of the process, I think. You know, you kind of get used to certainly how some of the guns work. I think, you know, particularly the MR guns as well, they have a real tendency to get better as they get warmer. That makes no bloody sense. It's ridiculous that they do that. But anyway, I'll throw my engineering head off and just say fine. But I think, you know, they are good, and I don't know, post in the comments if you use them. Tell us what you think of them. Tell us maybe how you're using it. I mean, you know, I see, again, I cite Ray Shepard, good player. He really, I think he runs it with an Amar Assault. So he's got the right kind of, you know, bonuses coming through. So I think that kind of makes sense. Although, having said that, I have seen quite a few people using the Imperial on a Caldari Logi or a Caldari Assault, which is, you know, pretty cool, I guess. I guess difficult, because yeah, I run the laser rifle on a Caldari Assault, and bloody hell, you need to be careful. Not that it overheats and kills you, but it just overheats. You've got to be a bit cautious of that. So here we go, rapid firing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Is that supposed to do that? Overheats a bit, doesn't it? You can't just stick little kind of what do you call it, cooling fans on the side of it to make it better? I don't know. So I think in terms of how these things work, you know, this is the Templar pack, and I think this is, you know, you're not kind of getting anything really amazing here. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. They're obviously very good. It's great to have blueprints, but I think none of them are OP. None of them are literally game breaking. So you know, would I go out and pay money for them? Well, I did. I'm a knob. But would I actually go out and buy them? No, probably not. I think if there had been a blueprint, no, I'm going to be careful what I say here. I think if that had been like a really good suit blueprint, because most of the blueprints, if not all, of the suits are pretty shockingly bad, because obviously you could imagine if they had a Balax blueprint or a you know, a blueprint of a, you know, prototype suit, that would just be redonkulous. But so you're not going to see that anytime soon. And I think, to be honest, when ISK isn't necessarily that much of a problem, because hey, 1% lol, it doesn't really bother me to run prototype all the time, or to run assault, you know, advanced suits, etc., which are just generally always going to be better than the basic stuff. And Templar stuff is obviously very cool. I would love to have seen a range of guns, not just a Mar. I really would. I think it would have been great to see, I don't know, the Minmatar Secret Police Mass Driver, and, you know, maybe the Officer Flaylock, hint, maybe just something cool like that. And I think, you know, the Galante, I don't know, remote drone eye or something. I think just whatever it takes. I think there's a lot of really good things. And again, no criticism, because I think, to be honest, we'll probably see them. I think over time, you'll start to see these things come through. And I think, you know, it's going to be a very rich I guess, environment, really, because as you accrue, I mean, certainly when I look at all the blueprints I've got, I'm not giving them up. And I think, I don't even know if I can, to be honest, but I think certainly what I've got so far is I could probably fit almost every suit style that I like using blueprints now. So if at any one point I did lose all my ISK, God knows how, but let's say I did, I think that would be when I just switched to these blueprints, and I'd probably have even more fun, because I guess there's even more kind of fun to be had when you just don't give a crap. With prototype, you do generally care. I find you generally care, because it's not very nice to lose prototype suits 5 in a row, because you do, even a rich bugger like me would say, ooh, that's beginning to hurt a bit. But again, not, I think, a big concern for myself, but I imagine for quite a lot of other players who do want to try and get the cost effectiveness of BPAs to work, this is a really good start. So I think if you're contemplating buying the collector's edition, let's say you've got a Christmas present coming, let's say you're a rich bro and you just fancy buying something that's going to be a collector's item, I'll do a review. When I open the box on camera, as you'll see my lovely trolls, and then you'll be able to kind of make your own opinion of it. I was quite impressed with it, and it's pretty cool. I think the special things would have been better if I could have had maybe a blueprint dropship, hint, hint, or maybe a really crappy tank blueprint. That would have been cool. I know they can't do this, but it would be awesome if you could. It would be cool if you could do these kind of extra few things. Like, we've got blueprints of LAVs, and I imagine that really bothers some people, because I just call in my LAV all the time, and I just use it like crazy, because it's there. It's what it's designed for. But I imagine that's probably not what CCP want, because long term, that's a whole revenue stream completely closed to them. So this is why blueprints commercially make no sense whatsoever. So there we go. I think Templar stuff, we'll certainly show you some more of it. I think I've got half of the recruiting stuff also to show, because I never really use it, but maybe we'll do that another time. We'll do a free shit video. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.